Well, I think no better way to transition from doing abstract work that we've done, and again, you guys did a great job, is to look at how does abstract affect design, how does abstract thinking affect other art, things like that. But one of the things that affects in terms of design, you find a lot of it in fashion design. And so in fashion design, you see very strong, obviously abstract proportions with both male and female models. You'll see images that are just really flamboyant in terms of how to express color, form, things like that. So this is something we're going to look at. So for this week, we're going to do the feminine, or do women models and in fashion, and then next week we'll do men. But so I wanted to show you the classic sort of frontal area, and then we discussed in our drawing class. You might remember, some of you, the proportions now are huge. This is like one head height, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's like 10. It's just these really elongated kind of things, and so we have an elongated proportion, which is really interesting. Again, somewhat abstract. And we also have a curvature or a gesture, and you can see through this girl's, to her spine, she's moving this way. Here's her hips, and this comes down this way like that. So we've got, you always have some sense of movement with a fashion model. So we're going to start here. I'm going to start over here on the side, because I want to put 2 or 3. I want to fill up my page just full of these ideas of sketches and kind of trying to put them all together. So, so up here, we'll start with here. Again, small face. And what's nice about the fashion model face is you just have to get just the gesture of the eyes. Okay, you don't even have to complete the eyes that much. Maybe the nose, a couple little nostrils, lips. Okay, that's basically the classic sort of, that's the fashion face. See that? I'll make it closer here. Let's see. There we go. See that? So you just got the basic, just the bare minimum of a face. You don't have to put a lot of detail. You're not selling the face. You got to think about this. As a designer, a fashion designer, you're selling the outfit. So we have the head up here, the hair. Obviously, accessories always kind of work. We'll put in some earrings. Kind of forgot what I was doing there. Now look at her hair. This is actually going kind of neat. I like this. Her hair goes up into the side. I'm going to kind of bring it down to the side here just a little bit. And again, using one of my watercolor pencils. Her neck can be very long. Shoulders. She's got a little bit of a dip to the shoulder this way. Here's the torso, and we can kind of sort of do this. And then we have like this gesture where her hips are out like this. This is her waist. And we have this really neat movement of this dress. Actually, she's got a dress on. And then she's got sort of looks like I'm not sure what this is, like a cloak or a wrap kind of next to it. And again, this is where you get to be very flamboyant. A little bit where their elbows are. And again, we're not too worried about, we're not drawing fingers. We're just going to draw a little bit of a face, her hand. Just a little gesture here. And then we've got the sway here to her body, and then the legs underneath her here. And we're looking at this one, is the knee's about here. So the dress is right below the knee. Excuse me, the dress is right above the knee. And we'll just put in some high heels like this way. There we go. Kind of a sway to her here this way. Okay. As she's walking, this is where we're here. Okay. So anyway, do the drawing. Now, let's see. work on the dress first. And I tend to like reds. So we're just going to just build this in through here like this. And it's okay to leave gaps like I just left there. See that? Because it kind of looks like that's part of the dress. See that? So I bring this down. See, I left those little white gaps there. That kind of gives the indication that the material has some highlights to it. And again, it has a spontaneous kind of way to it. So we got her nice dress here, and the piece of this this cloth to the side. And again, I'm not going to flood it with water, obviously. And oh, make sure she has some nice accessorized. I'm going to do red. That maybe the tips of her shoes are going to be red or pink. There we go. And for the sash, I tend to like complementary colors. So I'm actually just going to put in a couple strikes here of orange. And maybe a little bit of a slight pattern with some beige or some light tan, and just to indicate some kind of maybe pattern. Now, if as a designer you'd have a pattern next to your table, and you might be actually trying to emulate that. And generally, what I kind of, when I design colors, I like to do 3 colors. And I think what I'm going to do is sort of make a gold color here for her belt. Just a little bit here for the earrings. There, just a little bit of yellow. Highlight there. And just a little bit of yellow here, sort of a gold look to it. Okay. And generally speaking, that's pretty much it. Now we can go back in with a brush, maybe a little darker red, and maybe just a little bit of a quick outline here, just to kind of sharpen the shape up just a little bit. And that's the dress. Now we can go back in. Now, generally speaking, you don't really need to go back in on the rest of the model. Again, we're not necessarily getting paid to do models when you're designing something like this. But I think what I'll do is just put a splash of color. There we go, and a little bit of a dry brush technique. I start maybe a little bit wet up here and just let it and I pick up my brush. There we go. And I'm a little, I wish I hadn't done it now, because when you get into the face, you kind of committed. So you kind of have to do the whole face, I think. There we go. Hope it doesn't blend in too badly. There, that actually works pretty good. maybe just a little bit of shadow here, maybe a little bit of shadow. The dress, maybe the back knee goes dark, just because we're putting it behind you there a little bit. So, and then for the hair, I'm just gonna see if I can't make this sort of blonde. Again, I'm just gonna put a little bit of, but actually it kind of contrasts with her outfit. So I think I'm gonna go back to a darker color, more brunette. There we go. There. A little more color here. And then what I'm going to do, I think I'll give her a little bit of some eyeliner. Maybe just, again, this is not, makeup's not my forte, obviously, but maybe just a little bit of a little bit there. Just a dash for the lips. There we go. So I think that kind of works. You've outlined the color to the design, and didn't take too long to kind of put it together. There we go. Okay, so that's sort of our first sketch, real quick sketch.